I am speaking to a wonderful man and telling you this is exactly the opposite of what kids are taught about America. I can't get over your dad coming from Japan in 1901 to Nebraska. If he was not the only Japanese person in his town, then I have a very wrong picture of Nebraska in 1901.
That was my grandfather.
Yeah, I'm sorry, your
Yeah.
grandfather. Yeah, that's right. Oh my God. Do I wish I so wish I could go in a time machine and just watch him there. He must have been a remarkable man, your grandfather.
Oh yeah, yeah. In fact, I never met him because he died in Japan before. Because my father did succeed in his mission. He got his father to go back to Japan, and but my grandfather was a Christian, and I don't know how he ever became a Christian because that was extremely rare.
Oh, at that
For-
time in Japan.
Oh,
Really?
It's rare today. Not only.
Oh, really?
then- oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, so Koreans are very
Oh yeah,
Christian.
no. Koreans are, they have the largest church in the world, I believe, in Seoul, and
Uh-huh.
and they send out more missionaries than we
Right.
do.
That's right. Which is a commentary on both countries, unfortunately. I mean, at least unfortunately, vis-a-vis America. God. So, let me ask you.
To the army.
I'm sorry?
How did he even get into the army? How did that?
How did he get into the Army? How did you get into the Army?
I was, well, part of the book is the samurai tradition. In Japan, in the Japanese culture, it used to be that the warrior was at the top of the culture, unlike China, where the scholar was at the top. So the samurai tradition in Japan was, handed down from generation to generation because they were in charge. The samurai were the only ones, by the way, who could carry weapons, the swords. Common citizens could not, which, by the way, is something to reflect on the Second Amendment, because they controlled the populace. There used to be a phrase in Japan, in Japanese, which was to cut down and walk away. The samurai could be judge, jury, and executioner on the spot. If they saw somebody doing something wrong, they take out their sword, they could kill them and walk away. And so that's why it was important to have what was called Bushido. Bushido was the way of the warrior. It was like the chivalric
Wasn't that
code.
you can't surrender?
What?
Was
No.
that-
Bushido, Bushi means warrior. Do is the way.
So which was the doctrine of you can't surrender? It wasn't part of Bushido?
Yeah. No, it was. It was,
Oh, okay.
actually. Yeah, that's
Right.
why the Japanese were so fanatic.
Yes.
Because the emperor was considered a divinity, so a deity. So basically, the most honorable way you could die was to die for the emperor and for the country. And the other thing is you didn't want to disgrace yourself by
Shame. It's a shame culture.
Yes.
So, again, how did you get into the Army? You had a
Well-
samurai tradition, and so you volunteered, you enlisted?
Oh yes.
Or-
No,
uh-huh.
I was big into the warrior culture.
Right.
But I also, it might sound like it's dichotomous, but I was very religious, and I wanted to become a minister. So I had this dilemma of, would it be the cross or the rifle, so to speak, but I had a solution. I'd become a chaplain in the Army, so I could do both.
And is that what you became?
No, because what happened was, God plans all this, right? And I'm Protestant, and my denomination went so far to the left theologically
Right.
that I couldn't
And
buy.
politically.
I couldn't buy into it. So basically, I was in a dilemma because in the military, in order to become a chaplain, you have to be sponsored by your denomination. So when I was praying to God at that time, I said,
What was your denomination?
Methodist. No. But at that time, I'm sorry, it was Congregationalist. but the Congregationalist Church merged with the Evangelical and Reformed Church to become the United Church of Christ, which is
which
one
is
of the
very
most,
left wing.
yeah. So that's why.
And it was left wing then.
Yes. And
So
that's-
who sponsored you? Oh,
Well,
nobody. That's why
nobody.
you became a regular soldier.
Exactly. When I was praying at the
Yeah,
time.
it does sound like God meant that, because you would not have become a brigadier general as a chaplain.
Yeah, a major general. But what happened was
I'm sorry, major general. Yes.
Yeah, but what happened was, fast forward, Dennis, 50 years, 60 years, what am I doing? I'm ministering to veterans.
Oh,
and their
how
families.
ironic! You're a special man. This is a special and a special day this coming week of Veterans Day. It's painful that your story and so the millions of stories like yours are not told. It's just America's racist, America's the gigantic lie of the left. And your family, I mean, even I'm surprised, to be honest, that your grandfather in Nebraska in 1902 felt comfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, that's astonishing. But that's the norm. That has been the norm. There have been bad things, but that has been the norm. You do a good job, I'm going to go to your store.
Yeah, now I want to make it very clear. It's not like I've never experienced, racism or prejudice, but it's been overwhelmingly
Right.
the
That's what-
minority experience in my life.
That's of course.
Because we're all human.
Yes, that's right. With hundreds of millions of people, you're going to get some bad ones.
Yep.
They're not the norm. Get the book, folks. Faith, Family, and Flag, up at DennisPrager.com. Final segment, unfortunately. I have thoroughly enjoyed this man. Major General James Mukoyama, Mukoyama. Mook to his superior. I somehow I find Mukoyama not that hard to say, to be honest. And his book is Faith, Family, and Flag, Memoirs of an Unlikely American Samurai Crusader, as indeed that is the case. So I reflect, I always look at the big picture, that my mind always goes to that, General, and I'm sitting here thinking, so here is an American Jew speaking to a Japanese American, Christian, I might add. So, and as you said, we're twins, just from different mothers. That's the beauty of America. The utter comfort that you and I have with one another is just complete. Because with all the individual bad people, which every society will inevitably have till the end of days, in America, by and large, the beauty is people didn't care. That was your message. In the Army, in the late 60s, here you are, a Japanese American, and the only color they cared about was green, the Army color. And that has been the experience of the vast majority of people. I wrote a piece about, I was the only Jew in the Simi Valley Rotary Club when I was very young in the 1970s. Nobody cared. And they all knew I was a Jew because I headed a Jewish institution. That's how I was in the Rotary Club. That's America. So this left-wing painting is so disastrous and such a lie about this country. Are you worried?
I am concerned. I see what is happening in terms of the degradation of belief in the exceptionalism of America. The proof is in the pudding. You have millions, tens of millions of people throughout the world who want to come to this country versus the minuscule few who say they're going to leave, and I'm still waiting for them to buy their airline tickets. It's clear that we are still the land of opportunity and freedom. It is being eroded, and that's why we need to stand up. We need to have more Dennis Prager's. We need to have more books that talk about.
Well, we need more of you,
exceptionalism.
Major General. It has been an honor. The book Faith, Family, and Flag up at DennisPrager.com for Veterans Day.